What's up, guys? This is D, the Grim Gamer. For the YouTube viewership, if you want to skip directly to the gameplay, there will be a timestamp down in the description box below for you. As for the rest of you, welcome back for another Tuesday night stream on the channel where I scour the graveyards of the gaming world and resurrect old titles to give them one more shot at life. And tonight, we start a full playthrough of a game I've never played. We have dug up the decaying corpse of Ragnar the Viking. Because tonight we start Rune, Viking Warlord on the PlayStation 2. This is yet another game I've never played, one that I know nothing about, with the exception of a couple little things that I looked up just so I had a couple little interesting tidbits of information for y'all, like I like to do before I start a game. And a couple of those things, I'll just go over here quickly. So for anybody that doesn't know, Rune was originally a PC game. And I think that one was released in like 2000. This one in particular was released in July of 2001. And again, it's a port of a PC game. The differences, from what I could tell, between this version and the original PC version, apparently this version has a couple of extra maps and a couple of extra enemies. Otherwise, it's pretty much considered a straight port from the original PC version. This game was developed by a studio called Human Head Studios, and this, well, the PC version of this, was the first game that Human Head ever developed. They would go on to later create games like Brink, Defiance, and The Quiet Man, along with other things. But Human Head, they closed down in November of 2019, so they are no longer around. As I had mentioned, our playable character, our hero, his name is Ragnar, and this game has a fantasy plot that is based on Norse mythology. So, I'm very much looking forward to it. I like that kind of thing. The PC version was originally reviewed pretty well. It got generally favorable reviews from anybody that reviewed it. The PS2 version, apparently not so much. Had mixed reviews. It was criticized, apparently, for its inferior graphics, and I guess insanely long loading times. But you know what? This is a 2001 PS2 game. I'm just going to go and accept that. You know, a lot of games had long loading times. It's just something that we dealt with, and that's just something I'm going to have to deal with now. One of the reviewers said about this game that it's just another disc on top of the already enormous heap of mediocre PS2 games. So, it wasn't reviewed all that well. As far as me picking it up, I picked it up a few months ago for like $7. So, just like the Pirates Legend of the Black Buccaneer game that I had played some time back, this is another one that I'm kind of just taking a chance on. I've never played the original Rune on PC, so I have no way or nothing to compare this version of the game to. I just have to take it at face value, and, you know, that's all I got. So, we're going to get ready to jump in here, and we're going to check this game out. I am going to need some assistance from everybody, whoever's watching, as far as the audio goes. Because I was just going to go by the music on the main screen to try to dial in some of my audio. But as you can hear, there's nothing going on. There's sound effects. And when I did a test, those sound effects were quite loud. But I didn't want to give anything away for myself, so I didn't hit single player. I didn't get into the game. So I don't know if the audio is going to be quite right or not. I'll just have to adjust it as we go if it's a little too quiet or a little too loud. So just work with me on that for the first little bit. Suave Beardson dropped down in the chat. I know it's been a second since you've already done that, but I want to get through my opening spiel there. But Suave is in the chat. He's the real MVP, and he's already dropped the Grim Beardson Discord link in the chat for everyone. Because if you need more gaming content in your life, which we all do, let's not kid ourselves, then you're going to want to check out Suave Beardson on Wednesday and Sunday nights, where he's doing some streams. I believe he's going to go back to doing some speed running. Just did a complete playthrough of Stuntman in one night last Sunday. If you missed that, then in that Discord, there are links to our various YouTube channels, and on his, you can go back and check that out. Again, a bunch of other stuff on my YouTube channel as well. All those links are in that Discord, and you can chat with us all week long. And trying to build up a little community, and we've been having some fun with that. So yeah, Rune, Viking Warlord. This may be okay. It may be great. It may completely suck. Only time's going to tell. I did go into the controller setup here, and none of these configurations I like. So attack R1, defend R2. Didn't care for that, so I'm like, well, if I do this. Oh, attack square, defend triangle. Okay, but then my move and my turn are the same joystick, and there's just none of these configurations I like. So we're just going to have to do a thing that I think would drive most people nuts these days, and we're just going to have to get used to the configuration. It is what it is, and we're just going to have to roll with it. So, all right, here we go. Let's get ready to start. Single player, Rune Viking Warlord, new game. Easy, medium, or hard. I guess we'll just go with... Oh, it changes? Oh, yeah, little guy. Warrior and, like, a berserker. We ain't berserker level. We'll just try this medium right here. Start game? No. Absolutely not. I didn't hit start game because I wanted to start it. I just wanted to go through a couple more menus. Control suck, negative review on Steam. Yeah. So as this gets ready to get started, grab yourself a drink. I'm going to grab the old Viking horn and take me a sip. You know, we're playing a Viking game. We got to do things the Viking way. Ah, yeah. There we go. Now we're ready to play. Alright, so early 2000s PS2 graphics. I don't know what the original Rune on PC looked like, but I'd be willing to bet that I mean, the part of the reviews, the negative reviews or mixed reviews, was the graphics of this port. So, sure you want to start this game? Are you really sure? We wouldn't fault you for taking the game back to the store right now and getting a refund. Okay, let's not judge it already. Let's at least give it a chance, you know?
From birth, the children of the North hear tales of the end of the world.
Okay.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. I like that.
When wolves will swallow the sun and moon, when the
Fenrir.
stars will be snuffed and the earth will tremble, when the gods will face the tribes of giants in a final battle that will ravage all the 9 worlds.
I think it was a name for those giants. I'm forgetting it right now.
Odin has always smiled upon the human race. To the most devout of his followers, he entrusts stones inscribed with his personal rune, a mark of his power in the human world of Midgard.
Some of the audio seems to be jumping a little there.
Protected by only the most valiant of human warriors until the day they die and are taken by the Valkyries to fight alongside Odin at Ragnarok.
at Ragnarok, taken by the
Of all
Valkyries.
creatures, only one does not fear Ragnarok. The evil god
Loki.
Bound deep in the bowels of the earth by Odin himself, only Ragnarok will set Loki free to have his revenge on gods and man alike. And it is only the power on Midgard of Odin and his runestones that holds Ragnarok at bay.
That doesn't seem like the best failsafe system. Just saying.
People of Wotankeld, we gather this day to honor one from our midst, younger than any ever so honored. He is yet wise and strong beyond his years. He has carried shields in the battles at Hindol and Utherby, and aided in the fortification of this village, following the dark tales we have heard from the Northlands. Through trial by single combat, he has proven today that he is ready to take a place among the warriors of this village. Ragnar, son of Jarl, kneel
Jarl?
here before the runestone of Odin, and hear me. You must now put aside all childish things. Swear yourself to protect this stone, and
Swear on your arm ring.
surrounds and upholds it. Swear to stand beside your sword brothers until death, to defend this holy shrine of the All-Father. Raise now your sword and take up the glorious duties of the Odin's blade.
Yeah! Yeah! Would we like to save the game after seeing that cutscene? Sure, why not? Yeah, so I can see where they got some of the graphics look like they're a little on the weak side, but I'd have to like look at other games that came out in 2001 to kind of compare. I'm sure there's others that are out there that look fantastic. This particular port, I believe, was handled by Take-Two, and I think Take-Two is still around. I can't remember right offhand exactly what they've done recently, but the name sounds familiar. This might be one of the first things that they had handled too back then. I don't really know. But, all right. Next. So we are one of the Viking warriors now. Oh, yeah. No, we wanted another lengthy loading screen. That's just, you know, how we want to handle this. Sure. I know I said I'd put a timestamp in for the, you know, start of the gameplay, but we still ain't quite there yet. That's for my for those YouTube viewers out there that wanna check out this game for one reason or another. If anybody out there's ever played Rune, especially the PC version, then let me know if there's like any significant differences between that and this one. We're doing okay. All right, we're in the game. We are here. Oh wow, look at that turning animation or lack thereof. Woo! That sounds about right. Yeah, just thrust kick. Ah, that feels weak. Well, I have no weapons or anything. Get in the longship! Where's Floki the boat builder? Can I kick that? Oh, I can pick up the shield. What about a sword?
Ragnar, how are you, boy? Ah, I forgot myself. A warrior and a man now, aren't you?
Indeed I am.
Congratulations, warrior. Lend me your aid later, warrior. The swordmaster awaits you in the longhouse.
Okay, I will go see the
One does
swordmaster.
not keep Ulf waiting, unless you would like another scar.
Ulf? His name is Ulf, and you're just gonna run over there and stand there. That's cool. Options. Okay, do I not have a... well, that's for... Okay, actually, I can do... It looks like a first person here. That actually might be better. That actually might feel better compared to this third person thing that's going on here. I don't know. We'll have to mess with that a little. So 10 was late 2001. Set them up pretty high for the graphics. Yeah, I'm sure that they did. Well, Suave, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't like Metal Gear Solid 2 also like 2001? Alright, so what? Is this our village over here? Is that what's going on? Okay, yeah, I thought I had that right. Oh, you have to hold that down? You have to hold that and use the joystick. So this is L3, and you have to hold it down and still use that joystick in order to walk. That sucks. Alright, what do we got here? Anything? Alright. Is this the longhouse? Oh, you're cutting down trees or something over here, big guy? Is that what's going on?
Apparently the weapons master doesn't share the village's high opinion, boy. He awaits to test your skills in the longhouse.
Oh, he does he?
You may have bested me in single combat, but we will cross swords again one day, and then we'll see if your skills are all the elders think they are.
So, I done whipped your ass. That's what you're telling me? Good to know.
Do you seek your courage, boy? If you don't feel ready to face Ulf, perhaps you'll meet me behind the stables. I promise to tell no one who lopped off your sword hand.
You wanna go, bud?
Stop running around like a frightened lamb and get to the longhouse.
Oh, now you wanna backtrack out of that, huh? Well, no prompt to open doors or anything. And I don't think I'm supposed to go there yet, unless that's where the longhouse is, but I kind of doubt it. Where is this supposed longhouse here, guys? I don't have a sword of any type. All I got is the shield. Hear a bunch of wolves. I can't read that, apparently.
Ragnar, it's fair time the village added your sword to our ranks, friend. Did Ulf? No. I can see you have yet to visit the weapons master.
If somebody would tell me where he's at, that'd be great. So far, I'm having trouble locating him, so some help in that regard would be kind of nice. Nothing that way.
An old man and a girl just came into the village, and they told us that Conrac's men are burning the grove of the gods.
Oh, no. Dear heavens, no. Goodness. Somebody want to tell me where this guy is? Maybe I am supposed to go through that gate, but that doesn't seem right. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really telling me anything. So maybe I do have to go through this gate, because it seems like it's the only place I can go. Save game? Sure. Why not? So I've done a whole lot yet, but sure. Oh, Ragnar's trial. Okay. So, no, go ahead. Let me see it. There's got to be another one, right? Okay. I see why they said something about really long loading times. Because all I did was walk around, talk to two people, walk through a gate, and we're going through yet another one of these loading screens. Oh, dear. See, we gonna be here a while. Y'all got anything to talk about? I intended on this being a full playthrough of this game, but if it really sucks horribly, we might not get through this entire game. It kind of all depends. PS2 runs. Alright, well, I'm here, and I can just run through Pine. Stand and press forward to... will automatically grab and pull himself up. Well, that's good to know. Geronimo? Underwater, he can only hold his breath for a limited time, so... Okay. Oh, wow. That's funky. So hold the crouch button. That's my dive. And then this, the X button to go back up. Okay. So water levels, which is exactly what I wanted. Because water levels are my favorite in games. To get onto a rope, well, to climb up a rope, press forward. All right. Hell with your barrel. Hell with your barrel. Nothing. Oh, that feels weird. Not a big fan of that. So, have to here, and then he just feels like he just lets off of it instead of actually trying to jump to it. The torch may be grabbed by the pick up object button for PS1 because it definitely looks like it. I don't want to say that it was necessarily supposed to be for PS1, but I don't know. It definitely feels like it could be on the PS1, that's for sure. Alright, so nothing there. I guess we'll go this way. Pick up object button, I think is... Yep, that. Okay, so I can use that as a weapon also. Another I dive into water, you'll drop the torch. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so again, what if I do first person? Nope, I can't even see the torch. I have no hands, I have nothing. So, that's a thing. To pick up the club. Oh, it's a bone club. I see. Oh, like a berserker just smashed through it. I like that. Pick up the sword, pick up... Okay. Oh, I got a sword now, finally. Can I switch back and forth between weapons? I can. Alright, cool. Ringing a gong can attract enemies or activate nearby doors and bridges by attacking it or throwing a weapon at it with the throw button. Throw button's like triangle? Yeah. Pick that back up and switch weapons. Okay. Not a... doors made of iron are reinforced with iron and cannot be broken. Weakened wooden doors can be smashed. So... Oh, because I have a sword now, he won't thrust kick? That's lame. I still kind of want the thrust kick. Not gonna lie, but that's fine. Notice that it looks like it said, some of that subtitles there go by pretty quick, so I haven't seen or read some of it. But I swear it's like, oh, to do this, press button, and that's just all I can think of is Sir Whoop-Ass. Attack, weaken stone to break through those. Alright, cool. There's health is indicated by finding food and drink. Okay. What does food and drink look like? You gonna tell me that part at least? There is no picking up those, whatever the hell they are. Jump onto a stretcher tarp to be thrown into the air. Woo! Okay, well that's a thing, I guess. Ledged above mud. Ooh, that feels a little weird. But okay. So that's a whole thing. And who are you? Anything? You seem to be nothing. What are you? Anything? You use vents and geysers to gain access to higher areas. Oh, so that's a thing. I thought that was going to hurt me, so I didn't mess with it at first. Now, I could go over here to this building here, too. It looks like the door was open. So let's check that before I get going too far. Oh, this is the food and drink! Eat legs of meat! I like, just like, and then the bone just goes flying. Yeah. You ate a leg of meat. What is this? Anything? Apparently nothing. To hell with your plates. Alright, well, you know, a leg of meat. That's cool. What? I'm hoping fall damage isn't necessarily a thing, because I feel like I'm getting in trouble with that. Anything else over here? No, you just wrap around into nothingness? That's cool. And whoop! Cool. So it can be cut, causing a nearby effect. So we just can cut the chain with the sword. That's cool. Is this Longhouse? Is that where I'm supposed to be going this whole time? I'm guessing this is where I've had to come all this way for? A lesser runestone will... I didn't even get to read that, thanks. The right side of this... yellow rune power bar on the right side of the screen. Okay, but what did that first part say again? Both fill rune powers. Fills both the health and enlarges it, so we got to look for those little rune things. Rune of Strength will cause Ragnar to go berserk. Any damage he takes while berserk comes off the bloodlust bar at the bottom of the screen instead of his health. Okay. Well, I did those things. So now what? Oh, door's open. I see. Enter, warrior. A trial by combat awaits you in the Longhouse. That's where I thought I was already at. Cool, we're saving again. I guess one thing that I can say about this game, I should never really have to worry too much about, oh, I need to get to my next save point. Just walk another 6 steps. You'll get to one. Don't you worry about it. Oh, boy. Gee, I sure hope the adventures of Ragnar in Rune Viking Warlord sure get more exciting than this. Go through this whole 2.5-hour stream and I just might be done with my trial. I mean, so wanted to give the graphics here a little bit of grief, but I don't know what PC graphics were looking like in those days. But if this is basically pretty much a direct port of the original PC game, it might not necessarily be the fact that it looks bad because it's on the PS2. It might just be, well, this was what they had to work with, and maybe even had to be scaled down to just even more. Or, like, this is just the way the PC one looked, too? I mean, who knows? I don't really know. I'd have to look up some screenshots or something to really see what the original was looking like. Alright, well, here's the longhouse, I guess. And alert, as always, watch closely where Ragnar is looking to detect items, hidden entrances, and hidden enemies. No, get down. I'm not sure why you try to climb that. Though not as sharp as axe or impact, especially against thick hide and light to medium armor. Oh yeah, now I get the Viking axe. Get the hell out of here. Oh geez, and just pick up all so maces and hammers. I can throw stuff. Switch. Switch. Okay. I already have the shield, so I'm good there. Thanks, though. That stool out of here.
Ragnar, after the many hours you've trained in this room, one might think you would know better than to keep me waiting. You're a good boy. But don't think I can't cut a stripling down to size. You may have bested Sigurd and been named the Odin's Blade, but the ceremony at the rune stone is nothing but words. Tradition says that before you truly become a man, you must face the most skilled warrior in the village. You must face me. This is the true trial. Defeat me in combat, and your place among us as a warrior is assured. Defend yourself. Well hit, boy. Muscle and spirit, a deadly combination. Where did you learn that? Well done, warrior. The trial is over. For I can see that there is no more I can teach you. I trust experience to show you the rest.
Messengers on the beach! Konrak has besieged Copperroot and their runestone is under attack. We go to their aid.
It seems that we have completed your training just in time, Ragnar. To the longship.
Well, once again, we set our sails! What a trial that was. Oh boy. Alright. To Cupboard. We go to the aid. We sure do. First we load. Well, at least I got some different weapons. I can kind of experiment with different weapons, I guess, at least. I suppose that's something. But for the most skilled warrior in battle, or in the village, didn't really put up much of a fight. I really don't like the having to defend with R2 and then attack with R1. That just feels really funny. Not a fan of that, but I guess it is what it is. There's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different configurations you can pick from, and none of them I liked. So I just left it on the first one, and like, well, I'll go with that, I guess. Oh, we get a little cutscene here. Oh, longship!
The people of Koperud have been a staunch ally for many generations, my son, and their runestone stands as a proud beacon for longships coming in from sea.
Yes, Father.
Konrak must truly be foolish to besiege their hall. Odin himself will reach down from Asgard and smite the betrayer for his impudence.
He will, huh? You sure about that? Look at these epic cutscenes.
There, my Thane, on the horizon.
It's smite them.
It's Konrak and Sigurd.
And Sigurd. Why'd they sound like a pirate? It's Sigurd. Meeting of the minds here, or what?
Konrak, we fought side by side in many battles. Never would I have guessed that a Viking warrior could so betray every belief we served.
No longer will I be but a servant, old man. Not to you, not the village, not to Odin himself. Copperwood lies in ruins, and I have a mere handful of rune stones to destroy before all of Midgard will call me master.
And how is it that you come to stand by the betrayer's side, Sigurd?
Whisking a man across the sea faster than the falcon flies is well within the powers of my new master. Why guard a rock when I can stand at the front of an army set to rule the world? I have 40 men within an axe throw of your hearts. Prepare to visit hell.
40 men. I need but one to kill you, myself. I call upon the Dark One, the trickster trapped below. Call upon his powers, call them from the bowels of Midgard, and offer these, his foes, to his immortal lust for power and his insatiable hunger for vengeance.
Oh, goodness. Alright. Oh, these scenes. This frame rate. Oh my goodness. The sound of despair. What was that face? That just might be the thumbnail right there. All I needed was the anime voice to go with it. Oh, wow. Rune team? What, am I getting credits now? That's the end of the game, guys. We're done. I'm just assuming that, you know, you get some beginning credits and then you start going to the, oh, okay, sure, save. Yeah, watch. No, that's going to be the end, though. Yeah, and it had to have been like 5 frames per second, something like that. So yeah, that could watch that again. That like be the end because I didn't know like I had to take control of the character and actually fight the guy or something. Didn't realize that I could. Whew. Yeah, this I feel like the story could get interesting and like that could draw me in a little bit because I do like the whole Norse mythology and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I don't feel like it's all terrible, but what little combat I did against the one guy doesn't feel the greatest. And
Ragnar, awaken, warrior. The time for your death is not yet at hand.
okay. All right. Longship's been destroyed. Everything's screwed. All of them just can, they'll just all float where they're at in the water for eternity. Okay, apparently that... So was that doing damage to me? It might have been. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I have no shield, so I can't defend, apparently. Seems kind of dumb. A rusty mace. Crush them! I need my sword back, I guess. Apparently I can't kill those, whatever they are. Can't climb this, apparently. Well, didn't mean to chuck that across the world, but... Well, you know, here we are. Well, I threw it. I hit the thing. Now I can't have it back, so, alright. That's fine, I guess. Alright, where am I going here? I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. I didn't see anywhere to exit. I see no ropes or anything like that, so I guess I'm not going up. Okay, well that's different. Ah, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a whole section, huh, guys? All right. cool. I got to slash at 3 things with a sword. I got to chuckatith a mace. I got to swim in a pool. And now we're on to the next level. I tried to look up a level list for this. Didn't really have too much luck. So I don't know how far I'm getting, and I don't know how far I would have left to go, like, once I get so far. I really have no idea. I'll have to see if I can find one, like, after tonight or something like that, and just to try to figure out where I'm at and how far I gotta go. Yep, we're waiting. Don't you worry about it, game. All right. Well, that does a whole lot of nothing. All right, those do nothing. Apparently.
Hear me, son of Jarl. I am Odin, and know that it is the All-Father himself who has saved you from certain death. Seek vengeance upon Konrak, and I have granted you this chance. Your journey through the underworld will be rife with danger, and you must arm yourself against the creatures that dwell within these caverns. But when next you breathe the open air, you will stand outside the fortress defiled by the betrayer, the city of Thorstadt.
Thorstadt.
Good journey, warrior, and do not squander this opportunity.
Yes, All-Father. Alright, with one glance, he blows a hole through the wall. That's cool. Any other weapons or anything? Doesn't look like it. I guess we move on, and I'm guessing that's where another checkpoint is, and we'll save the game again. Onward. Yep. Wow. Into madness. And supposedly what I had read is that this version, compared to the PC version, has a few extra maps. Well, I would sure as hell hope so, because there's not a lot to the ones that I've done so far. Oh, these are some of my enemies I gotta deal with. Some, skeletons with eyeballs. This one's already been a rough one. Oh, another thing that was PC multiplayer online. Why am I not shocked? Pick up and ate the lizard, so I have full health now. This wall looks fragile. Okay, sure. That is not a torch that I can grab. All right. Well, either you can't hurt me or you didn't, and I don't think I can hurt you. I have no idea how that's supposed to happen. Oh, I see. Never mind. Use that lever. And that lever. Okay, well. Oh, there's a rune. Which, we want to get. Just, Ow! Ow! Yeah, eat all the lizards. Oh, that lowers those. I see. Should have went down there in the first place. Oh, hold on. There's another lizard. I get full health by eating my... Oh, come on. Yeah, grab the chain, will ya? Did that not stay down? I don't think it did. It didn't. So, that's something we're gonna have to deal with. Rune of lesser power. Ow! Oh! Okay. Well, we'll have to rinse and repeat that. Not sure where we're supposed to go after that anyhow. Come on, you idiot. Oh, there's another ledge over there. I see. A severed head for a weapon. Cool. Yeah, I'll use a severed head as a weapon. Sure, why not? Alright, I'm here. Can't jump there. Okay. You need to take those off the chains. That's what needed to happen there. And... alright, and that just fades away. Gotcha! Because that completely makes sense. Ah! Excuse me. Ah, there we go. No, I can't light that one. That's not how that works. Alright, that's cool. Ha! Get out of here. Fire. I sort of felt like I'd be getting confused, but the thing is it seems pretty linear for the most part. I tell you, this combat's something else. Alright, I guess give me my torch back. Well, here's where this rune was, so that's cool. Rune of Bloodlust! Who else wants some of this? Anybody? No? Well, that almost seemed like a complete waste. Excuse me, what? Well, that was wonderful. Okay, Well, eat me a lizard. Lesser power. Another lizard. And fall to my death. Awesome. Because he didn't want to jump back over the ledge. That's cool. Well, first death because of something stupid. I'll have to do that whole level all over again too, huh? That'll be mildly frustrating. Just when I thought I was getting somewhere. Yeah, no, don't worry, we're waiting. Yeah, so I do. I gotta go through all of this all over again. That's cool. Well, that was stupid. Okay, there's that one. Yeah. Rune of Bloodlust, which I get to use on, like, 2 enemies. There's my Rune of Lesser Power, which I didn't get to read the thing. Which, you know what? Well, first things first. Get my shield, thank you. Look at the old trusty manual here since we got him. Rune of Lesser Power. Oh, okay. I don't think I seen anything that told me that's what that was, but that little white bar next to the yellow bar, that's how much shield health is there before it shatters. So that's good to know. Climbing and swimming, we've got lesser rune stones of lesser strength. Raises Ragnar's level of bloodlust, bringing him closer to going berserk. Okay. Lesser runestone grants raw rune power, the level of rune power. But my rune power is what? Every weapon that Ragnar discovers can be imbued with rune powers to invoke powerful abilities. From the ability to throw an unlimited number of axes for a short period, to the power to slam a mace into the ground and damage every enemy in Ragnar's vicinity. Simply press the Invoke Rune Power button, which is circled, to invoke the rune power of the weapon he is currently holding. The power will remain active until Ragnar either runs out of rune power as shown, or he sheaths his weapon. If Ragnar sheathes or throws a weapon while using a rune power, the weapon will be unpowered when redrawn or retrieved, even if done so immediately. So that's how you would hold on to that, apparently, I guess. Alright, so that's my rune power on the one side. So different weapons have different rune powers. Alright, well, I'm back here. Okay, there's a different shield. Oh, lobbed his head off. Now he's gonna run around. Wait a minute. Can I grab the head and then chuck his own head at him? Yeah! Okay. There's a little something. Well, that's sort of cool, I guess. It leaves Chuck his own severed head at him to destroy him, so that's kind of neat. Viking shield. There's a better shield. There we go. Alright, starting to understand a little bit more of this as I go. Hell yeah. Severed limb. You mean to tell me that those different weapons would have different powers too? That could be interesting. Alright, now it's back to this stupid puzzle. So how this worked last time, though. That one. I did that, and that. And that seemed to make it to where the steps would stay. There we go. I don't think I want those over there just because that's what killed me last time. Who wants some? You have no chance against me, Skeleton Mang. I beat the toughest guy in my village. I sure did. Lizard, your food. That shield's about junk. What about this shield? No, it must be even worse. Damn. Severed limb. Oh, goodness. Alright, so this is a whole thing now. Lizards? Thank you. I was hungry. Whoa! Oh, was I supposed to fall down there? I don't know if I was or not. I think I am. Because it's the only place I can go, it looks like. Yep, okay. He just happened to grab the ledge, and I wasn't expecting him to. Alright, I don't know if I'm making progress or not. I mean, I guess I'm getting somewhere. I don't know if it means anything. I think I can safely say that even if I would have gotten this back in the day, I don't think it was one I would have went back to very often. But this is something that I've started. I almost feel like I gotta finish it. I'm hoping that the story kind of starts doing something. We've already seen Conrak and Sigurd. Odin has brought us back from the dead. Dylan Petro of Game Zone gave it a 5 out of 10, saying, though I could not find a stopwatch, I would say I spent a quarter of my time in the confines of the load screens. I'm feeling that. Really. Alright, back in caverns, looks like.
Heed me, Ragnar. Your route to vengeance leads through this, the boundaries of Hell's domain. She will not take kindly to your presence. And as you walk among the souls of the dishonored, you must defend yourself well. A moment's weakness, and you will never again walk the sunlit lands.
Neat. This dude sounds like he wants to play a game. Alright, well, my lesser rune thing is like all the way up. Whatever the hell that means. Where am I going? Down here, I guess? Sure. And I'm going to assume... Oh, hell. Alright. Overshot it a little bit. Overshot it just a touch. Alright. We get to go through that whole loading screen again. How fun is that? Just one little misstep. Oh, boy. I keep telling myself it was only like $6 or $7. It was only $6 or $7. Do I have the, Nope, must be in one of the other games that I got. I usually keep my receipts from all the different stores and stuff that I go to, and you know, that way I can look up what other games I've got and how much I paid for them. I think this was only like $6 or $7 I paid for this, so I gotta just start learning that these cheap games, they're cheap for a reason.
Heed me, Ragnar. Your route to vengeance leads through this, the boundaries of Hell's domain. She will not take kindly to your presence. And as you walk among the souls of the dishonored, you must defend yourself well. A moment's weakness, and you will never again walk the sunlit lands.
Oh, I can't skip it neither. Cool. That's fine. Whatever. Alright. Give me that. And let's see if I can't repeat what I just did last time. There we go. Look at that. Easy as can be. Severed limb. Well, how do I get up there? I don't. Is that not what's happening? I'm guessing that's not what's happening. Alright. We're gonna do this again, huh? Oh, this, like, jumping across these does not feel good. Whip their ass! Now eat that lizard, sure. Oh, what up, guys? Alright, what does this do? I guess that gives me a shield, apparently. Oh, well then again, I can see right there, too. There's a little shield icon at the bottom. So, that must do nothing, because there is no icon there. So if I do this... Okay. Got ya. Alright, do we, just save again? Oh. Oh, look at you. Wow. Defeated you already, huh? Neat. Okay. Ah. Yes, levers. Well, I'm not sure what those levers did, but, they had to have done something, I guess, huh? Theoretically. better shield. I don't need that. I don't know what that was gonna do for me, if anything. Rune power. That's all that was up here? Really now? Oh. Ooh, look at the runes over here. Lizard. Ooh, weapons. And I shall take. Alright, got a little armory in here. That's kind of neat. Ooh. Shield. See, what did that do? 'Cause it didn't look like it did anything. Sure. You know what? We'll just go this direction. I don't know if it's right, but... maybe the axe. There we go. Whoops. No. Pick that back up. Alright, well, as we're getting somewhere. Alright, 2 more switches. I think that would let me throw these indefinitely. I'll try it. Nope, that was really dumb. That seems to be doing no damage whatsoever. That just seems to knock them back. That's not exactly ideal. I need whatever that is to do damage, or else it's kind of pointless. And I came from this way, did I not? Yeah, because that's the open mouth, so I just went in a giant circle that way. Shield, is that any better? A little bit. That shield's even better yet. I like how he just takes the best one and just leaves the rest. Open, says Ragnar. Well, that's the end of that stage, apparently. Hell's Chamber. You know, so far, the best, I mean, the frame rate is complete trash, right? As far as, like, the cutscenes go. But a little bit of that when, like, we're getting some dialogue. Like, I want to be interested in what's going on. The fact that apparently Loki's trying to come back, or the one guy was trying to get him to come back and take over, and then Odin's brought us back to deal with it. Like, it seems like it could be an interesting story there. But then the gameplay starts. And it's like, It's just, I don't know. The character feels awkward to play, moves around kind of weird. The combat system is kind of
There is a strange presence in my realm. A living presence. Why, it's a mortal. A lone warrior. All alone. I shall send you some company, lone warrior.
I'd rather you didn't. But it's cool. What weapon is this? Like a... Is that one of them bone axes? That might be what that is. Yeah, dealt with you real quick. Take that lizard. That lizard. Power. Another staircase here. No, just destroy you because. Alright, so you are the one that was talking to me, yes? Another lizard. There we go. Full health. Eat all the lizards. Ah. Here we go. What did that do? Nothing? No, that had to have opened one of these other... Oh, here we go. kick the ass. Who else wants a piece? Well, I hit that lever, and it supposedly has done a thing. So... okay. Rune power. Lizard. Another lever here. What about this room? Anything? I guess that's just where I was supposed to go. Yeah, sure. We'll, save it yet again. The Dark Tower. We're just, moving right along here. And, watch. I feel like just the way that this is set up, I feel like I've gone through a lot of levels. But this is probably like not even a tenth of the game or something at this point. Like all these different sections I've gone through. Like all these different sections was like one level. Just broken up into multiple sections. Oh yeah, I like the fact that we have to load and then still wait. I mean, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Not that all the loading time wasn't enough. Is that a different kind of shield? Is that what you are? Yep, metal shield. I like it. I already have one of those. You do not open. Neither do you. So, alright, onward. Get out of here. Didn't even give that skeleton a chance. Alright, there's another lever there. Another lever there. A couple levers here. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Aha. So, that's, not exactly what I meant to do. I didn't realize I did that, so, okay. That lever does nothing for me. What about you? Well, I lowered that. Actually, hold on. Go back down, because this other lever set off this fire thing. Okay, so I could char him. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Or if it's just the fact that I can do it. But I can. So I did. I don't know what that lever did, if anything. Where the hell am I at now? I don't think I can make that jump. That seems like that's not a thing, so... How about you? Well, I guess we can go in here. Not that that really does any good. Yeah. Niente this way! So I'm here. Alright, what do you do? Guess it didn't really seem to matter. It didn't seem to do anything. So that's cool. Glad I wasted my time with that. That was wonderful. Never mind. Must be something to do with you, yeah? Upwards! To hit the thing again. To go back down. Oh, there was a... No. I thought there was a lizard there that I can replenish health. But no. No, that was still not for that, so... Well, now I'm confused. Wait, can I go down there? It looks like I can, but I don't know why I would want to. So what lever was that to go down there? Oh. There's things here that I can't pick up. So that's cool. I think I was already here, which I was. So... go back up here. Do that lever there. No, go down. Was that my lever? That was not my lever, so... Well, what the hell? That was open until I got to it, so... wasn't this lever, was it? I don't think so. No. So... That lever does nothing for me. Do I have to do both of these levers? Is that a thing? Basically do... Hold on. Yeah, because there's another lever here. Nope, that just lowers and raises that. That does nothing. Okay. So... Nope, that just raises and lowers that. So that does nothing. So what... So what the hell does this one do? That seems to do nothing. Do I have to hit... Is it the gong? That'd be stupid, but... No, it's not the gong. I have no idea. I can't tell what that lever does. It doesn't seem to do anything. You don't want to climb the rope? No? That's cool. That's fine. Is it something to do with these gongs, maybe? That'd be pretty dumb, but... Now that door don't want to open, so that's cool. Now, that one? No, that's still not it. So, I have no idea. I am out of ideas. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do at this point. Just trying to go somewhere else, and that didn't really work. So, alright, loading screen it is. And basically do most of that over again. Yeah, I don't know. I am not sure what was supposed to be happening there at that point. The gate was open until I got down there. So something had to have opened it. I just don't know what. Deal with those guys quick. So I'll do all this again. I'm not really sure why. This. Which takes me up here. Which then I can hit that lever there. Go back down here. Toast him. For reasons I don't quite understand. That door does nothing. Not really sure what I even came in here for. Alright, can go in here now. No, I don't want that. Hit the lever, open that. Hit that just because. It looks like there was some kind of bridge that formed underneath there. Something flipped up, but I couldn't tell exactly what. So that door is not open. I'm gonna guess then this door, or this lever, is for that door. Yes? No. Then how the hell did I get that door open then? Oh, okay. So, it was open until I came down here, and then it closes. So there's got to be a way to reopen it then. Or there's actually an opening on the other side. So maybe I have to figure out a way just to get to the other side. Huh. Now that door is open regardless, so give me that now. Nowhere else for me to go here. So I go around. Where is that ledge? That ledge is over by the gong? Can I get over there somewhere? Oh, that leads me to here. Oh, you know what? I think I gotta go down there anyway. Which I didn't really want to. Whew. Well, getting somewhere, I guess. Metal shield. Oh, it's a Roman sword. And a metal shield. Ooh. And then I can switch back and forth between the two different swords because I have multiple swords. That's neat. Well, I got here, so now what? Or is this just like a bonus area? 'Cause I don't see anywhere else to go here now either. Hell. I see those two things, but I don't know what that's supposed to do for me. I can't get up there. Whoa, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. And I still can't get in there, so... I don't know. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do to get in there. I've already been down there now. It's like there's a way to get around to the other side. I just don't know how. It's probably extremely simple, too. It's probably one of them really, really stupid, simple things. No, that's where I went down to get to where I just was. No, that's where I started this level at, so... Well, there's only one other thing I can really try here. Because there's another cage with one of these creatures or whatever in it. Does that bring that back up? Yeah. Oh, well, I just... Okay. Well, never mind. Just chop that to bits, so... Watch, it's like something to do with the fact that I actually torched that thing to begin with, and I wasn't supposed to or something. How in the hell? There's nowhere else for me to go in here. Nothing. Whoa. Yeah, I can go nowhere from here. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm completely stumped at this point. Evolving Fetus, how you doing? RuneScape? No, not RuneScape. Just Rune. And I am stuck. Yeah. Stuck, that's how it's going. I got to a point where there's a gate. This does kind of look like old school RuneScape. I barely remember RuneScape. I don't really remember that much about it. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do now. I've went all over this level. There is a gate that closes on me when I get up to it, and I can't figure out how I'm supposed to get it either around it or how to open it. I've tried everything I know that I can tell to try. So Spirit. Which one was that? Was that one? That might have been that one. Nightmare saw you were alive. Well, to be honest, this is kind of turning into a bit of a nightmare. This game here is a PS2 port of an old game just called Rune on the PC. You know, Sonic Blast. Not enough Rune power. Which one was my spirit? I didn't have it? There's not... I mean, it didn't seem like there was a whole lot of puzzle. It just... This particular area I can't figure out. That gate closes when I walk up to it. And I can't figure out how to open it. And I can't figure out... Because it looks like there's a way... There's an opening... Whoops, I didn't mean to throw that. Get that. Grab that. It looks like there's an opening on the other side. I just can't figure out how to get over to it. Is the problem. And... Well, I have one other thought now. Which is... which is right there the whole time! Wow. That took entirely too long, and that should not have happened. I sincerely apologize for that. But yeah, so anyways, this is, an old PC game that got, yeah, sometimes it is just the easiest solution. Sometimes, you know, Suave and I both have this problem. We tend to just overthink things and make it a lot more complicated than it ever needs to be. Yeah, it is what it is sometimes. But from what I understand, this game was pretty much a direct port from the PC version. But the graphics and the atrocious load times have really gave this one some really negative reviews. Uh-oh. Where are we going? Well, I guess we're going this way. I don't know if that's where I was supposed to go. Oh, we're gonna get lowered right into the fire? No? What happened? Oh, well. Okay, well this, it just jumps. Whoa! Get out of here. This is quite the little elevator thing that's going on here right now. Part of. Oh, there's my next save section. So this whole thing came about because the story, from what I understand, there's a guy named oh, what the hell was his name? It wasn't that, obviously. Conrak, and he wants to defy the gods. This is all based on Norse mythology. And he wants to release Loki by, like, causing Ragnarok, apparently. And so, in a meeting on some longships, Conrak summoned the powers of Loki, sunk our ship, and killed everybody on board. Odin himself brought Ragnar, the character that we play, back to life to deal with this. And that's essentially where I'm at now, trying to get back to where... Because apparently, like, it seems like I'm fighting my way out of hell, is what I'm getting out of this. I don't know if that's completely 100% accurate, but that's kind of what I'm understanding, it seems like. It controls terribly, but there's several different weapons that give you different abilities. I'm still trying to figure out all of that stuff. It doesn't really tell you much, but the combat doesn't actually feel all that great. But this all came about because I'm trying to, with, you know, this whole streaming thing, I've wanted to do a couple things. I wanted to revisit a bunch of old games that I played when I was younger that I just wanted to experience again. I want to experience some new games that come out from time to time. And I want to go back to some of these old libraries for all these different consoles and pick out a few and just try them. You know, try games that may have a cult following that I just passed on and just never cared about. Or ones like this that I've never heard of and nobody ever talks about. I got this one at one of the local game stores for like $7. I'm like, okay, so even if it sucks, what am I out, $7? I blow $7 on the stupidest crap all the time. It could be one of those things where I could potentially find one of those diamonds in the rough, right? For a couple bucks, it just nobody talks about, and they just, I mean, I'm starting to realize that these really cheap games, nobody talks about them for a fucking reason. That's kind of why that's a thing. But I feel like you just never know. You might just come across a particular game for real cheap. That even if it's not the greatest game, but I guess the whole thing comes down to is even as long as you enjoy it, it might not handle the best. It might not look the best. It might not have the greatest story. But as long as you have fun with it, what's a couple bucks? You know? I blow a few dollars on meaningless crap all the time. And so if I just spent $6-7 on a game that I say, you know what? Was it the best game I've ever played? Oh, absolutely not. But I had fun with it. Well, that's a couple bucks well spent. Suave just said it. Sir Whoop-Ass is $17, and I thoroughly enjoy Sir Whoop-Ass. We sing the praises of Sir Whoop-Ass quite often, and it's cheap, and it's a lot of fun. This is no Sir Whoop-Ass. I will tell you that now. Have I played worse games up to this point? Oh, yeah. I've definitely played worse games. Have I played better games? Absolutely. But, you know, I'm just seeing what it's all about. Again, what's the worst thing that can happen? I threw away $7. Whoop-de-doo, you know? This style looked really cool. Being that I had mentioned this sometime earlier, I don't know if it's because this game came out in 2001 on the PS2, and there's other games that came out that same year for the PS2 that look a hell of a lot better than this. Visually, graphically. So I don't know if this was one of those things because it was a port of a PC game, if the PC game looks like this, therefore this game looks like this, or if the PC game looked a little bit better, but this is one of those games that had to be dumbed down a little bit because it's a port, and that's why it looks like this. I think it has a certain feel to it, and it's got, I feel like an interesting story, but some of the gameplay just doesn't feel all that good. And visually, I've seen better. You know, even from games from that time period. What is kind of neat, though, is that you can, like, pick up, like, severed heads and limbs and stuff and use those. So that's kind of neat, too. Like, yeah, there's a severed limb. And I can use that. So, at one point, I was even able to kill one of my enemies by picking up its own severed head. So that was neat. Alright, we'll hit that. Is that going to... Yep, that's going to move that platform up here to me. And... Whoa! How in the hell did I not die? I don't know, but I don't know... I don't know what to do now. I can't jump there to get to that. Well, I guess at this point we're just gonna have to try some things and see what happens. Actually, I think this is where I was trying to get to start with. Ooh, Rune of Health. Just I don't see if his name is mentioned anywhere in Norse Saga, but there is. also sometimes written in English as a Juten. A Jutton! That's actually the name of the giants that were... They mentioned giants at the beginning of the game. I'm like, I know somewhere there's a name for them. The fire giants who serve as the guardians of his... Niflheim. Okay, right. I've heard that name before. So just before the beginning of time. Okay. Get out of here. Okay, well I hit that lever, but what did it do? Nothing? I don't know what that did. Alright, well let's see if we can just jump back here and not die. Oh, that looks like it lowered my platform. Okay, well that works then. Oh, hey, you coming in pretty fast. How you doing? Yeah, I just severed its arm. Neat. Get out of here. No, I'm looking to see if this shield is better than mine. That's what I'm trying to find out right now. Apparently it's not. We're just gonna keep up picking up those limbs. Niflheim, this location overlaps. Appears on two distant sources. You see, when it comes to like the different realms and all that kind of stuff, that's where I start getting a bit lost. Like, I know of a bunch of the different gods and you know, how some of the gods are related and all that kind of stuff, but okay, do you not die? Is that a thing? Can I pick up his severed head? Whoops, I did not mean to throw that. I still want that. That was not what I tried to do. Yeah, I can still use his severed head. Cool. Bigger scope, I tell you. Yeah. I mean, there's so much, you know, you can talk about with all that stuff that, I'm gonna beat his ass with this other guy's severed head. That's what's gonna happen right now. That wasn't working fast enough. There, lob his head off. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, now, can we get somewhere now, please? Say, Ragnar, I need you to swing the axe when I tell you to swing the axe, my guy. I ate a lizard. I'll eat that lizard too. What the hell is that? What the hell was that? I don't know what the hell that was. Metal shield. Absolutely. No, just Ragnar the Viking. It's, pretty much that simple. Uh-oh. Oh, and I screwed up. Damn it! Okay, that's cool. It didn't look like there was anywhere I could go again, so I'm like, oh, I see a platform. I probably need to go there. The developers for this, if you know. It was, what did I say the name of the developer was for this? It was a group called, Human Head Studios. And, this was the first game that they had ever done. They would go on later to make, Brink, Defiance, and The Quiet Man, and some other things. But they closed in, November of 2019. So they're no longer around either. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to redo this entire level now, so that's cool. Yeah, cool. Get that out of here. Well, to be fair, this did say that it's like it's how did I put it? It's a fantasy plot based on Norse mythology. So for whatever that's worth. Alright, so now I gotta go back up here. Well, you know, that is kind of the neat thing about the different mythologies, whether it's Norse or Greek or whatever, is you can kind of just, you know, it's like, yeah, we're gonna base stuff on that, and then, you know, but you can kind of come up with your own stories for that. Alright, now back down here. Nitpick it. Hey, that's fine. You know, I find it kind of interesting because, like, yeah, different interpretations of it, or... Where the hell you think you're going? And just what they do with it. I know, one of the more recent games that I liked that had a lot of that was Assassin's Creed Flaha. And I can give more context about how I just pronounced that, because the pronunciation of that was done that way on purpose. But Assassin's Creed Valhalla had a lot of stuff in that too that I thought was really, really cool. Look at that one shot, just beheaded. Now, why wasn't it like that before? Get out of here. Yeah, you know, we kind of only get, you know, stuff that we're told, you know, media and that kind of thing, unless we have to look up all that stuff ourselves, you know, which we can do, but we just get some TV shows and things of that nature, you know. Alright, well, I'm back here again. And I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go again. Well, maybe go to that platform instead of trying to jump all the way across to that one. That might have something to do with it. Well, I can't go up there. What in the hell is happening? I really enjoyed that because not only do you start in Norway, you go to England, then you actually go to America. When you get the DLCs, then you go to Ireland, and then you go and do the raid that the raid on Paris, France. So you get to go to all these different places in just that one game alone. It's pretty dope. Alright, well, I'm here now. But I don't know exactly what the hell that means. Ah, here we go. Oh, we got a little platforming sections here going on, it looks like. Which I'm not really sure was 100% necessary. Oh, hell! Oh, are you kidding? What? What? I gotta go through all that all over again. Oh, that's stupid. So, in Valhalla, you get to meet, was it King Alfred from Wessex? There's mention of Ragnar Lothbrok, and you get to meet and, like, battle alongside a couple of his sons. Ubba and Ivar the Boneless. And, Halfdan, I think, was in there, too. You can visit the snake pit that Ragnar supposedly had died in by the hands of, what was it, King Aela from, what was that, Northumbria? I think? I've heard of that, but I have never played that. Alright, let's do this again. Well, the story is, the story in Valhalla is not about Ragnar and Ivar. They're... Oh, what the hell? What? Grab the chain, Ragnar, will you please? Will you do what I tell you to do? Holy crap, man. But they're, Ivar is involved in the story. Ragnar's already dead by the time the events of the game happen. But he's mentioned, and you can find throughout all the different areas and worlds that you can, well, not worlds, but different countries and everything that you can visit. You can find other Vikings that sailed with Ragnar, and, you know, they'll want to, you know, battle you and stuff, which is kind of neat. It's a whole thing. I think I put maybe over 200 some odd hours into that game, and would like to go back to it, but I have so many other games I want to get back to, or just games I want to get to, that I don't have another 200 hours to put into that right now. So, now if you cut down on some of the exploration and some of the other extra stuff that you can do, you can cut down that time pretty significantly. But Oh, yeah. Vikings... That entire Viking show I thought was awesome. Ragnar, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. What the hell, man? This might just be telling me that it's time to call it a night. That might be what's happening right now. And I'm about at my time. I should be calling it right here anyway. But I thought I was getting to the end of this level, and now I think I'm just trying to rush it, so... I mean, the game is saved. I probably ought to just call this one tonight, because, Season 6. Garbage. You know, the whole show was awesome, I thought. Was kind of hard to care after Ragnar was gone. But I understand, from what I understand, I guess, after Ragnar was gone, like, most of the mythology and stories that were ever written were about his sons anyway. So that whole season, or that whole series, is supposed to be the story about his sons and not necessarily him. Because there's stories about Ragnar, but it sounded like Ragnar was somewhat of a common name, and so stories that surround Ragnar, they don't know if it's one guy or if it was multiple guys or what, but it seemed like it was mostly about his sons than him. Alright, can we do this now? Thank you. Can't forget about Bjorn Ironside. Well, that gives me more health, which I like. Alright, back down. Let's try to get this level finished off at least. Just die. Have at you! Bye. Bye. Switch the shield out. Here. Get out of here. Whoops. Up here. This game's mechanics, they should not have put, you know, sections like this in here, because this game does not want to do this very well. There's that. Door? No, not door. Okay, well I got up here, now what? Is this really what we're doing right now? We're having to do this? Okay, sure. Where the hell am I going now? Oh. Here we go. Oh, no, you don't. Goodbye. Okay. Now I'm getting somewhere. This is the first, you know, it would be a big deal. You know, Floki the boat builder. Alright, where am I going now? Well, hello there. Goodbye. Bye. I mean, I would imagine I'm be about the end of this level by now. At least pretty damn close. There it is. Alright, so we are gonna save it here. And that's probably where I'm gonna call it. Again, I don't know how far I've actually made it, because I tried to find a level list and was having trouble finding one, so I don't know if I made a lot of progress or if I made a little progress. I don't know how much there is to go. I have no idea. I'm going to have to try to figure that out between now and Thursday night for the next one. Starting to get late, work still calls, and, you know, I'm going to have to shut it down for now. But those of you that have jumped in and been checking this out, I greatly appreciate it. Evolving Fetus, thanks for being here. Suave, of course. He had Lurk was here earlier. Appreciate that. But yeah, I'll be back Thursday night, and I guess I will at least be doing a part 2 of this. I don't know how much better it's going to get, because after a little over 2.5 hours, my first impressions are that visually, for a 2001 game on the PS2, I feel like the visuals are lacking a bit graphically. The combat is subpar, I feel like. It just, you know, in certain games that, you know, when you're hitting the enemies or doing blocks or parries or whatever, there's a certain feeling you get. You know, it feels, I guess, satisfying is the word that everybody would use. This has none of that. It just doesn't. It just, you kind of just swing the sword a few times, just kind of whoop-de-doo, no big deal. I haven't used a whole lot of the different rune powers yet, so maybe some of that gets better. I don't know. Haven't seen a whole lot of the different types of enemies yet. The cutscenes, the The cutscenes run at about 5 frames per second, and the dialogue in the opening monologue, some of the dialogue was a little choppy even. So it's not great. Part of the story still has me somewhat intrigued, like what's going on with Conrack. If Loki actually does make an appearance, and if we have to fight him maybe later or something. You know, the fact that Odin brings us back, like, supposed to be this Viking warlord. Like, I'm interested to see if we're going to see any kind of character progression of Ragnar as just a Viking warrior to this Viking warlord, or if that's just a fancy title they put on the PS2 version, because the PC version was just called Rune. It's the PS2 version that was called Viking Warlord for some reason. I don't know if that was just to differentiate the two different versions or what, but yeah. So overall, I am not blown away, but I've played much worse games. For a fact, I've played worse games. So we're at least going to do a part 2 Thursday night, and kind of see Thursday night, depending on what kind of progress I make. If I can find a level list to see if I'm making a whole lot of progress, to see, you know, if I do a little bit more, if I could just kind of get through it and just kind of see the whole game. I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that. So, but yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Font for this game is the same font we use for the official release. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'm sure that this had a low budget, you know, on top of the fact that they take an original version of the game. Category for this even? Yeah, I found it funny that Twitch has a category for Rune, but not for Viking Warlord. It's just Rune, and that's it. You know, they don't have the PS2 version on its own, so it just had to be categorized under just Rune by itself. So anyways, yeah, it's time to cut this off. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Suave, real quick, what are you doing tomorrow night? Are you bringing Sir Whoop-Ass back for some speed running, and is that what was going on? I think I have that correct, but I don't remember right off the top of my head. Glitchless speedrun of Sir Whoop-Ass. So you can look forward to that on Suave Beerson's channel tomorrow night. And no dev percent rule list yet. Okay. And then come right back here Thursday night where we'll do a part 2 of Rune Viking Warlord. So until then, I'm D. I'm the Grim Gamer. We'll see you guys next time.